Hello and welcome to this demonstration video of My Digital Coach, a software application that helps sports people to create backing music specifically for interval training, be it running, rowing, walking, exercise biking. What I'm going to do is walk through the process of creating an interval training soundtrack for you. In essence, the process involves stringing together a number of MP3 music files and overlaying them with a soundtrack of counts and bleeps that correspond to a user-defined interval training pattern. Okay, let's get started. The first time you run My Digital Coach, you will be asked to select the folder where your MP3 music files are located. On the main form, you can see these here in red. To build up my list of tracks that I want to include in my interval training soundtrack, I simply double click on the ones that I want to include. You'll see them appear in the new list in blue underneath. If I want to remove one, I can just double click on it again from the lower list and it goes. So I can just build it up like that. If I want to repeat any track more than once, I can do that. And I'll just go through and build up my session like that. Once I'm happy with my selected music, the next step is to define the interval pattern. And My Digital Coach caters for both standard sessions, such as here, 10 times 60 seconds with 30 seconds recovery, or with a pyramid session, and that's what I'm going to focus on for this demo. So let's suppose I'm going to be creating a pyramid session. I want to do a 5-minute warm-up to start with. So you can see here I've got a box here, start first pyramid after, and I can put 5 minutes, and that means I'll get 5 minutes of music before the first interval starts. Okay. And then the actual pattern of hard efforts and easy efforts just go in here in seconds. So let's just say I'm going to start with a 1-minute interval, 60 seconds. I'm going to follow that with 60 seconds recovery. Okay, then we're going to do a 2-minute interval, so we'll put 120 seconds and 60-second recovery again. Then 3 minutes, which is obviously 180, another 60 seconds to recover. And then we're going to come back down again, so 120, 60, and we'll finish off with another minute there. Now I can leave it there if I want, or if I'm feeling energetic, I can add a second pyramid, and if I want to, a third pyramid as well. So I'm going to go and add a second pyramid. Now the way this works is that I can specify a recovery period between my two sets. Okay, so I'm going to say that after I've done my first set here, before I start my second set, I want a 7-minute recovery, and then what I put in here again is in seconds. So let's do something slightly different now. I'll go for 30 seconds with 30 seconds recovery, then a 60-second effort, 30-second recovery, 90 seconds, 30, 120 seconds, 2 minutes, 30, and then back down again. And so on like that. Okay, if I wanted to add a third set, obviously I would just put that in here. Okay, one thing to look at, I'll just bring your attention to the music duration boxes down in the bottom left corner here. The top one shows me the total duration of the play time of the MP3 tracks that I've selected. Okay, the bottom one shows me the total duration of the interval session that I've defined. Aim to have your music duration just a little bit longer than your intervals duration. That way you know you're going to have music playing for the entire duration of your interval session. Okay, so if I want that to be the case here, then I need to come in and just select a couple more tracks. So let's go for a couple here. That's pretty much perfect. Okay, my intervals are taking me 36 minutes and my music duration now is just over that, 36 and 17. Then all I need to do after that is give a meaningful output file name. So this is the track, the name that it's going to be saved under. So I'll go and call this pyramid 2 sets. Okay, that's it. I would now click on the create button and the creation process begins. Now for something of this length, about 36 minutes, working on the highest sound quality setting, and depending of course on the spec of the PC that my digital coach is running on, the process will take somewhere between 4 and 6 minutes. Now, rather than wait for that, and in true Blue Peter style, as earlier, okay, and if I just right click on it and select play, we'll have a look at exactly what that gives us. Okay, so that's my music playing. Now if you remember, the first interval was 60 seconds and it was going to come in after the 5th minute. So what I can do, if you keep your eye on the little timer here, if I just fast forward to just before the 5th minute, okay, that was the start of the first interval bleep. Duration is for 60 seconds, so again if I fast forward to just before the 6th minute, and that's the end of interval sound. Now the start and end bleeps are definable in terms of tone and length, by the way. We've got a 1 minute recovery now, so if we go up to just before the 7th minute, okay, and that's the start of my second interval. And that will go on and lay down a pattern of counts and bleeps that directly correspond to the intervals that you have upgraded within this form here. Okay. One thing I noticed on an earlier video I made when viewing it was that the bleeps didn't appear to sound on the precise second that they should have done. Now that's an issue with the synchronization of sound and video on the screen capture software that I'm using to record this. In reality, it is bang on, so you can be very precise with My Digital Coach. If you wanted to, for instance, do a session of 10 by 60 seconds, 10 times 60 seconds with 60 seconds recovery, and do this session each week, reducing the recovery time by 1 second per week, it's very easy to do. You know, you can get a real degree of precision. That's it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, Andy@mp3training.net, and thank you for watching.